been cruising to some victories. We have GarretGreen playing Bloodleech Mask, which I love to see. I absolutely love that card. In Songhai, I feel like it's very, very strong. So we'll play this out. So Crawler moving forward, sneaking. Ditch hip jab for a moment. Is appeared so much. So here we go. Right now, Sarasin on the back foot actually has a lot of stuff in his face, but he does have a lion here. Lion just gives lots of, most of the time, lion's mainly used just for its awesome clearing potential. In a lot of these matches, like it usually just clears out a lot of these just kind of early round, mid-range-ish kind of minions. So you usually just get great value out of Lion, and you can see right there, he even still has 2 health left, and he has a great board. So Garrett's gonna have to start playing the kite back off game here if he can. Sarasin. Showing his chat currently. All right, so here we go. Ephemeral Shroud. Gonna make that minion just a pedestrian 2/3, which does work for him. Tuskboar gonna come out as well. That aggro damage, man. He's just going straight to the face. I don't think he has him low enough yet to really. Yeah, so he's gonna trade, keep him alive. Yeah, I mean, keep everything alive as long as possible. So they're just going to keep board, and he's going to be able to pick up here the awesomeness that is... oh, no, he swapped it out. I don't know what Sarasin did. I think he thought he was going to play... All right. He meant to get the double damage off here, but instead he gave up an attack because he didn't move his general. So this gives him great board, and now, there he gets off the damage. So he doesn't get the double damage, but at this point, it's pretty hard to deal with. Spiral technique, even spiral techniquing out, the lion isn't really going to save him that much. You can see just this board presence against Songhai is so rough. Trading in the Pumbaa for you have to play differently against this kind of Lionar deck, and that's why I feel like playing more of the control Songhai is just better these days, because I feel like there's too much heal and presence within these Lionar decks that you can't really. It's hard for Songhai to outmatch them, right? And if you can't outmatch them, and you can't just straight burst them down, then you got to go some other route. And I generally prefer the route where you have lots of basically board control cards. So you have lots of Onyx Bear Seals and Eclipses, and you can basically just get rid of whatever the heck you want. He's going to frickin' double Sentinel away this Jade Monk. Wow. This is a rough game. It's a rough game for our friend here. Yeah, that's game. That's game for this match. Round 1's over. Lion to the dome. And there it is. That's gonna be game 1. I think Lionar as a matchup against Songhai is probably Songhai's toughest matchup. Garrett taking a rough round 1 loss. Here we go. Control. Here it comes. It's really hard to get through Lionar control, honestly, in its current iteration. So much value out of their faction. So normally he would actually ditch the 5. I think Sarasin's keeping it here because he's saying if he opens Crystal, he basically is guaranteed to have a very, very early He can have a very early Regalia combo, and it's very hard for Songhai to deal with. Again, like talked about it a little bit earlier, but having 6 health now on that minion makes it also very hard, especially as the player on the play, to ramp up into a spiral technique, even if you could. So you're basically in like double Phoenix Fire or Phoenix Fire in trade mode to get rid of him, and then you still have a Regalia to deal with. Regalia in hand, so that what he can do next turn is if he doesn't want to keep Regalia, he can actually drop Regalia, move on, or he can try to Crystal Wisp out of this next turn. I'm going to close this out because he's probably not still online. The message has been sitting there forever. All right, here we go. Pings out the Wisp. Walks in. Interesting filtrate. Usually, like with the Horn Shaman, you want to ignore it for like as long as possible because you don't want to give it a way for it to kill itself. And now it has a way to kill itself, but it could buff things significantly around it, which you do not want. And I would argue, depending on how, so he should probably ditch. He may try if he's gonna try to double up on Regalias. That would be interesting to me. It's a play. I don't know if I'm usually not a huge fan of stacking them. So yeah, he's gonna replace him out. We're getting a nice play here. Could be able to clear out for 1. Goes to the Regalia, loses them a thing. So, in my opinion, how that should have played out is he should have not played anything first. You swing with the Azurhorn Shaman, hope that it has a high chance to bounce to the Shaman and clear it out. Actually, no, you don't want to do that because you'd want to. Yeah, you have to do it that way because you have to have the dude out to get the use of the Shaman. Never mind, I take it back. Take it all back. Still tired early in this. Still tired. Why? All right, here we go. Moves in. He could ping early with the 1 and then try to get damage on to get the Regalia off. If he has something else with Rush, like if he has a Tusk Boar or something else, he could use that. So there's a little bit more control. I like those plays. I like those plays a lot in general. So he's got down to 1 core, but he's able to now get to this back line here, be able to take this out. He also has potentially Super Bear, but usually Super Bear, like he needs a Lionheart's Blessing first. It should be Panda Bear. I think it'd be cool if they made it so when you Onyx Bear seal a unit, it would change to the color of your opponent's faction. So like, yeah, if it was still Songhai, it'd look like a Songhai Panda, but if it was Lionheart, look like a Lionheart Panda, so on and so forth. Because I think it'd be really cool for when you're versing other factions, so it actually looks like their unit, right? Because I find a lot of times like it's like, okay, I have control of the Songhai unit, and it's kind of visually cluttered, at least a little bit. I mean, obviously more art resources, maybe they just color swap, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Personally. So what has he got to play out here? If he spirals, so he spirals out. That's going to be able to clear the Regalia. He's still in a very bad position here. The cool part so what he's doing, which is good, is he's actually moving towards the opposite board edge. Because of the new backstab changes, the more he can flip the board, the better. And if anything, like Sarasin's probably going to respond by trying to match him and move with him, so that there's not a lot. It's harder to backstab, right? He's going to try to put him in the corner and get himself safe from these trades, so that you can't. Because like even this, so for a perfect example here is like if he plays like a Gorehorn and like interfocused it and buffed it, like he could clear out this. He could clear out the 7/7 provoke for free. Like it won't take any damage. So I feel like cards like Silhouette Tracer and moving across the board, if you could do it in a way that's semi-safe or like natural without like taking a lot of damage in doing so, is actually really good for Songhai. You want to flip the board. That's part of like your positional strategy as Songhai, if you're running backstab units, is to flip the board. We'll see what he has here. Oh wow. Oh no. Okay, okay, good. At first I thought that was his turn. I was gonna be like, what the hell? Okay, there we go. All right, so he silences it. Yeah, Sarasin, Cry Me a River. Call Justin Timberlake. All right, Phoenix Fire comes out. So he's like, oh no, dispelled my 7/7 provoke, and now I just have a 7/7. Like yeah, I mean this is pretty much game. Like he would have to get rid of the 7/7. He would have had an Onyx Bear or be able to burst it. Tuskspore comes out. It's a good option, but the fact that Divine Bond exists basically says GG. This is over. And that's the power of Songhai right now. It's like great board, pretty much hard to take out at any point in the game, and then you basically just have all the giant burst options as finishers, right? Oh, he didn't? He's trying to be fancy? Sarasin. Oh no, he's doing it. He's doing it. Oh my god. Why, Sarasin? Why would you do that to someone? It could be worse. It could have been the it could have just been the freaking Lionheart's Blessing bear, which is